Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us this Sunday morning. Excited to have you here. For those that don't know, my name's Athena, and I will be leading our service this morning with the help of some of our volunteers. Just a refresher around Psanctuary, a little bit about us for those who may not have joined us before. Psanctuary is a 508c1a faith-based organization. We use psilocybin mushrooms as a sacrament to connect us to divinity. It is our sincere belief that the consumption of psilocybin-containing mushrooms is a communion which brings us closer to what is commonly called God. We understand this concept as pure consciousness, which permeates all being. This pure consciousness is, we believe, the ineffable source of creation and the origin of health and well-being. Our faith in sacred mushrooms stems from prehistorical use by our ancestors and personal experiences of our modern members. It is our belief that psilocybin-containing mushrooms are one of the greatest sacraments that nature offers, raising our awareness so that we can access a direct connection to the source of life. We should not be mistaken for a medical or therapeutic organization. We strongly encourage anyone facing trauma recovery or mental health issues to work in conjunction with a psychiatrist, psychologist, or accredited therapist. Our objective is to help and support you in reconnecting with the universal source of healing, your own divine spirit. As we get ready to begin today's service, we ask that you mute your mics if they are not muted already. We want to let you know this meeting is being recorded, which if you have any questions about, feel free to reach out privately. A portion of this service, we will invite you to journal. So now's a good time to grab a notebook and pen if you'd like to participate in that. And please do, if possible for you, find a comfortable space where you can relax and be present for the service. The service portion of our gathering is around 30 minutes of silent participation on your part, during which time we'll begin with a short meditation. We'll read the poem, which the church has adopted as our acknowledgement of oneness with all that is, titled A Litany of Gratitude. A reading from our rotating text, currently The Cosmic Power Within, along with an opportunity to journal your thoughts around the reading. A reading from our main text, the Tao Te Ching. After that, we'll bring the official service to a close, and from there, we'll move into an optional discussion period led by Eric today, which we've allotted an hour and a half for until noon Eastern, and do invite you to participate if you feel called. With that, I'd like to again welcome you and thank you for joining our Psanctuary community and celebration. As we begin our statement of faith, we recognize that this statement does not exhaust the full extent of our faith. We believe that sacred mushrooms are a primary source of personal and divine revelation. We seek counsel from the mushroom to find direction and inspiration in our faith practice. And we believe that all individuals who seek true revelation from divinity can do so. I invite Eric to lead us in our meditation this morning.
Thank you, Athena. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, it is feeling like a quiet, kind of slow morning here in Louisville. I don't know how it is for everybody else. But so with that, we're just going to kind of settle into ourselves, bring our attention and our focus within ourselves. I'll set our timer for 5 minutes. And the intro that Athena gave this morning really supports our reading significantly today, or the reading supports our philosophy that healing comes from within ourselves and that we all have access to this source of healing. And so I'm going to go ahead and set the timer, and we can just kind of close our eyes and get into ourselves and start with some focused breathing. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Good deep belly breathing, diaphragm. And as you settle into yourself, I'm going to ask that you just give some attention to the internal part of your being, the actual organs, your system that is there operating all the time without our even thinking about it. Perhaps you can take notice while you're breathing that the breathing just happens. You can choose to breathe, but even if you don't, breath just happens through you as if something was breathing you, something is beating your heart. Something is enlivening your cells throughout your entire body. And I ask that we all just take some time and try to experience a sense of gratitude for that force, power that's moving through us. Maybe even smile into it. So many functions happening inside of us all day, every day, for our entire lives. We are rarely conscious of that. And whatever that is, it's the same thing in all of us. Just keep going back to gratitude. Something we can carry with us all through the day. Gratitude for our family, community, these bodies, earth. There's just about 30 seconds left, so you slowly start to bring yourself out of this awareness of your inside and come to the outside. And eventually, as time goes on, the more we reflect, the more we understand that the inside and the outside are the same. This becomes particularly apparent as we heal from the inside and we see our outside world reflecting those qualities. It's 5 minutes. Just kind of move yourself around and bring yourself ready to open your eyes and be out here with everyone else again. Thank you.
Thanks, Eric. We'll begin our litany of gratitude. I invite you to unmute your mics if you'd like and join me when I say, we live in all things live in us. We live by the sun, we feel by the moon, we move by the stars. We live in all things, all things live in us. We eat from the earth, we drink from the rain, we breathe of the air. We live in
all things.
All
things live in us.
We call to each other, we listen to each other. Our hearts deepen with love and compassion.
Live in all things.
Live in all things.
All things live in us.
We depend on the trees and animals. We depend on the earth. Our minds open with wisdom and insight. We live in all
things.
All
things live in us.
We dedicate our practice to others. We include all forms of life. We celebrate the joy of living and dying. We live in all
things. All things live in us.
We are full of life. We are full of death. We are grateful for all beings and companions. Thank you, everyone. If you'd resume your mute. I'd like to invite Chris to lead us in our first reading.
Good morning. Oh, there we are. All right. Okay. All right. Love of self in the true biblical meaning is to honor, recognize, exalt, respect, and give your total allegiance to the living spirit within you. This supreme intelligence made you, created you, animates you, and sustains you. It is the life principle within you. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, there is one mind common to all and every one of us, an inlet to the same and all of the same. Begin to accept this if you have not already. Realize that the infinite intelligence, the guiding principle of the universe, is within you, and the infinite healing presence of God controls your vital organs and all the processes and functions within your body. You have the capacity to make choices, to use your imagination. Your mind is actually God's mind. When you can consciously, decisively, and constructively use the infinite wisdom within you, you become free. Begin to have a lofty, noble, and dignified concept of yourself, and remember, as the psalmist said, ye are gods and children of the Most High. Psalms 8:2-6. Always remember that the greatest form of self-appreciation and respect for others is to realize that as you advance the interests of another, you advance the interests of your own.
Thanks, Chris. We'll now take some time to reflect on this reading. So if you have your journal and pen nearby, great time to utilize it, or if you'd like to just reflect in your mind. And we're going to take about 5 minutes to list out every good quality you can about yourself. Don't limit yourself. When a doubt or negative thought comes to mind, ignore it and focus only on those things that you appreciate about yourself and that others appreciate in you. Begin that timer now. To begin finishing up your thoughts. Move into our next reading. The The paradoxical nature of life and its mysteries are best experienced through the ineffable space we find in our communion with the mushroom. For more than 2,000 years, the Tao Te Ching has provided guidance and instruction for exploring the paradox of existence. It is for this reason that we employ the Tao Te Ching as our primary sacred text and invite all to study it further as you delve deeper into the mystery of life. I invite Forrest to help us with our next reading.
Good morning from Florida. The Tao is the hidden reservoir of all things, a treasure to the honest. It is a safeguard to the erring. A good word will find its own market. A good deed may be used as a gift to another. That a man is straying from the right path is no reason that he should be cast away. Hence, at the enthronement of an emperor, or at the installation of the three ministers, let others offer their discs of jade, following it up with teams of horses. It is better for you to offer the Tao without moving your feet. Why did the ancients prize the Tao? Is it not because by virtue of it, he who seeks finds, and the guilty are forgiven? That is why it is such a treasure to the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Forrest. We'll begin closing out our service this morning. Invite Amy to help us with that.
Hello, I just had a couple of announcements. First, our July group cabin retreat, we've closed the registration on that one. We have an August 5th through the 7th group camping retreat ending July 15th. And we've started this MTI prep and integration workshop series via Zoom. Those meetings are Fridays, 2 to 3 Eastern. And on the More Than Integration page, you can find more information about that. I think that's a neat idea to rotate in and out and join when you can and so forth. Good news, we have a meeting space now at Clifton Universal Unitarian Church. So we should be able to get together, those in Louisville, in person more often. Athena, did you want to talk at all a little bit about the last meeting that you just had there?
Yeah, so our first official meeting in the church space was our women's circle led by Courtney. It was a really beautiful time. There's space to spread out in the church. And we had 7 women, I think, join us, and we did vision boards. We try to schedule the women's circles around the new moon. So there's always a lot of good birthing of ideas and releasing of old feelings. So it was a really beautiful circle. And then the next circle this Wednesday will be our community circle led by Eric from 6 to 8 p.m. So that's open to everyone, open to the public. We do ask that you pre-register so we have a head count, because we will lock the doors 5 minutes after 6 to really hold the space and contain it there for everyone. We will also have childcare options available. So I will be there to help if anyone isn't able to find childcare outside of themselves. We will be offering that at this circle. So just let us know so that we have an idea of who to expect and when. So.
Thanks, Athena.
Yeah.
And then I guess just one more thing. I wanted us to just real quickly go around if anybody had any big celebrations or milestones in their life they wanted to share. I can start. I have my daughter had a baby. Her name is Elena. And she was born on May 18th. So that's exciting news for me. Is there anything anybody else wanted to share? All right, well, maybe as we go on, somebody will think of something. Anyway, All right, and I guess that is all I have for today.
Thank you, Amy. All right. If you have enjoyed the service and the community conversations afterward, we would love it if you would consider making a donation to help support the efforts of the church. All donations received gratefully go toward current programs, development and implementation of new programs, and operating expenses. And by donating, you help bring to reality the vision of Psanctuary Church. And our community consists of families and individuals from all walks of life and is open to individuals from any faith or background. If you, like many others throughout history, hold these mushrooms as a sacrament for sincere and intentional spiritual practice and would like to be a part of this community, we invite you to head over to our membership application page and begin the membership process. I'll drop a link in the chat once we officially close out the service. Becoming a member is a 5-step process, which includes a discovery call with us. Members of Psanctuary have access to our growing list of integration coaches and therapists, members-only events, including sacrament opportunities, our membership portal, and discounts to our programs and offerings, as well as access to our Discord chat, which is a members-only chat and a daily connection with the community. So, with that, I will officially close out our service portion of the day, recognizing we've come together with intentions of service to the land and all its inhabitants. It is in our hearts to go forth into the world with the collective consciousness. We encourage you to stay for continued fellowship and conversation around our readings today. And for those unable to stay, we thank you for being with us. And as we further our conversation, please remember that all perspectives are welcome as we search for the spiritual truth that unites us all. With that, sending lots of love to everyone today. And I hope you have a beautiful week. I'm going to end our recording.